Yeah, we see that the opposition side has focused mainly on the harms of casinos, but they've totally ignored the benefits of casinos. And we will, in my clashes, I'll highlight the benefits for you once again. So I see two clashes in this debate. And I've grouped the points from my first speaker and second speaker into one of the clashes, which is why casinos. Exactly, what are the benefits, what are the harms? And the second clash is the dangers of casinos. I'll talk about those in terms. My rebuttals are inside my arguments. Cool. So the first speaker came up and said, there will, most of the money we can build other things like amusement park, theaters, and supermarkets. My second speaker came up and said that with casinos, with large enough casinos, you'll see that supporting industries such as theaters, supermarkets, and things will spring up by themselves. So the idea of having hundreds and thousands of different casinos in order to bring up one economy or one deprived area is fictitious. That means it's false. Because you just need one big casino to bring up that industry. And then the other argument is that he proposed is profits will go to the owners of the casino. And we say, well, in an amusement park or a theater, the profits go to the amusement park owner and the theater owners. It's not mutually exclusive. However, what we do say, my second speaker has said that specifically with casinos, you can tax them higher than the normal services like amusement parks, like supermarkets. Supermarkets are under normal tax. Casinos are under special tax, such as cigarettes fall under that same category. This is why we say that my first speaker has brought up the case of Tunica and how it brings in large enough tax revenues in order to lower state budget pressures. So it doesn't bring a lot of pressure onto the state budget. So this is why we have chosen big casinos, because unlike the ideas of bringing up hundreds of little supermarkets, we bring up one big casino. These supermarkets rise up by themselves, theaters rise up, amusement park rises up. And the idea of hundreds of little casinos and why people will go visit them, you can sort of forget about it because you only have one. Okay. Now to the second clash, the dangers, the moral harm. I see that the debate has gone two ways. One, we're talking exclusively about America. They're talking, and we've dealt with their issue about how they wanted to bring it, scope it down to Thailand. I'll deal with both. The issue in Thailand is, okay, fine. We have to be honest, we have a lot of prostitutes. And no matter how many casinos we bring, I don't think that industry is going to get any more saturated. So, that issue, and the drug issue and the crime issue is already very heavy in Thailand. And the second speaker has come up and said that the government has failed to allow, if they allow casinos to bring this in. One, I say we already have it. Two, I say we're dumb if we don't tax these, like America does. America brings special taxes when they do have prostitutes in Vegas and stuff. And they bring those profits from those industries to help develop healthcare, to help develop schools, as in Tunica, to help develop the airports, like my first speaker has said, for all these benefits. Unlike Thailand, who doesn't tax these real industries that we have, real dangers that we have, and we just let it be, this is a danger. This is when we say government has failed. So, to bring my points around again, one, why casinos? Because the profits, most of it, the profit from the tax revenue, they generate more profits than amusement parks, supermarkets, theaters. And two, it's because the industry is big enough to attract tourists from all over the world to come to Thailand and to contribute to its economy. Three, it brings up supporting industries that can benefit that can really benefit the country. So the idea of supermarkets, theaters, etc., will be there as well. And four, the idea that you have hundreds of little casinos supporting the industries and bringing in millions of prostitutes is false, because there'll only be one big casino to support the economically deprived areas for the reasons that I've stated. The fact of bringing in higher revenue, lowering the state budget pressures. And the summary of the dangers is that moral issue already exists in Thailand, but we haven't dealt with it effectively. To deal with it effectively, we need to tax it, like they do in America, in the case where they legalize gambling, where they legalize prostitution in certain states. This brings in the money from things that people would have done already, like prostitution, gambling, and puts it to good uses. such as education, healthcare. And the reason why the Thai government has failed is because they failed to tax these negative industries. And my first speaker has spoken about how the tax revenues could really benefit Thailand. And even though we have to admit we're a developing country, we see that large enough casinos could really rejuvenate this country and help contribute to its education system towards bringing in more tourists than it does have now, and to maybe other provinces as well around Thailand. Yeah. So the benefits are, in summary, higher tax revenue than other industries, more tourism, the supporting industries that it brings in, and also we can bring, my second speaker is talking about, if there even is a problem with gambling, we can deal with it by using the high revenues to support the problem of gambling, as we've seen it in Australia, as we've seen it in America, and it has worked because of public awareness campaigns. So these are the reasons I proudly propose, and you won't see the lack of tourists coming to the area because there's only one big casino. Like in America, there are 3, and you never lack customers there. All right. Thank you.